Hello, Pierre Tru-Dank fans, is I, Donald Trump. Now, I just want to say these liberals are calling me a fascist, and I want to say, we really need to get this national syndicalism thing for America. It would do great things for us, okay? We're going to bring the fume endeavor to America, okay? We're going to make national syndicalism great again, and the swamp is going to hate it, aren't they? We're going to replace the Constitution with the Charter of Carnero and drain the swamp. Iran, let them have their nukes, okay? We want big nukes in Iran, the biggest we've ever seen. And I just wanted to finish off by saying that Zelensky's bank is now closed. Europe wants to regulate X, so we're going to drop support for NATO, and it's going to be huge.
The first thing I want to say about this election is that it is not a win for the right wing, because both candidates are right wing. This election was a victory for populism, and it just so happened to be a right-wing brand of it. The populism is the necessary factor, and the fact that it is the populism of the right is a contingent factor. Why did Trump win the election? Because the working class is tired of the social peace offered by the coastal elites and big tech monopolies like Meta. They aren't buying Azovite propaganda that we need to fund Ukraine in a proxy war with Russia, otherwise the fate of Europe is at stake. This isn't the 20th century, and this isn't Star Wars. We're dealing with the conditions of the 21st century in an emerging, multipolar world where America will have to adjust its position. I have no illusions that Trump represents an anti-imperialist position, because I am a geopolitical realist who knows that the state personnel don't count for much in the realm of geopolitics, and that the state as a whole means everything. What it does represent, though, is a shift in power from the Atlanticists who prioritize Europe and the war in Ukraine towards the Zionists who favor American intervention in Israel in case of a regional war. A lot of Trump's base are anti-interventionists and even criticize the Zionist lobby. In the case when Trump intervenes in a regional war in the Middle East on the side of Israel, I think a lot of Trump's base will be disillusioned by Trump and will seek alternatives. This will be a good time for the American Communist Party to further its MAGA communism efforts and engage in dialogue with the anti-interventionist base of Trump supporters. What is interesting about the election is that the so-called blue diagonal of Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania all went to Trump. This is a previously highly industrialized region of America that was screwed by deindustrialization and was bought out by the fire and big tech monopolies. This makes them sympathetic to Trump's protectionist policies, which might hurt the economy in the short run, but for them this doesn't matter. I think the MAGA working class is committed to a revolutionary dictum, as expressed honestly by Elon Musk, that things must get worse before they get better. Tariffs will cause cost of living to increase, but mainly for coastal cities and less so for more self-reliant rural and semi-urban areas such as the Midwest and the Great Lakes. In the long run, though, there is a legitimate promise that tariffs will bring back manufacturing to America. What I think is interesting is that there seems to be a new political realignment between the Democrats and the Republicans because of the shift of the Midwest and Great Lakes working class towards MAGA and Trump, which subliminally determines the cleavage and the spectacle of politics. Trump has recently announced that Nikki Haley and Mike Pompeo, two neocon warhawks, are not going to be in the Trump administration. Interestingly, the Democrats seem to be lamenting this, as it means a more radical administration than after 2016, because they are the pro-war party now, at least when it comes to Ukraine. Those like Liz Cheney endorsed Kamala Harris, whereas someone like Joe Rogan, an anti-government libertarian-leaning guy, endorsed Donald Trump. The basic class divide in this election is between the industrial bourgeoisie, the forgotten industrial working class, and small farmers against the coastal elite financiers, big tech monopolies, and the professional managerial class. For communists, a Trump victory is preferable, but it does not mean that we sit on our asses and do nothing. This means that we increase our efforts and make inroads with the industrial working class and their institutions.
All right, great job, Pierre. I just want to say again, these liberals call me a fascist, and I have to hand it to them, This whole time I've actually been a classical national syndicalist of the Denuncio variety. Okay, we're real Alsace de Hombres patriots over here in the MAGA movement. We don't like Mussolini and Franco, okay? They're sellouts. We're Ramiro Ledesma Ramos patriots, okay? We don't like Gentile. We like Sorrell. We're not actual idealists, all right? We're pragmatic historical materialists, aren't we, folks? And if you don't believe I'm a national syndicalist, how else did I get the Latino vote?